After 18 months of romantic bliss, Jennifer Love Hewitt shocked Carson Daly and her fans by breaking up with him in 1999. After a brief fling with Wilmer Valderrama, J-Love became friends with Rich Cronin of the pop band LFO.
I think that attraction was mutual interest in music, the same kind of music. They had the same goals.
He wasn't pretty well known, and he just flipped for her. To him, she was his butterfly.
He had loved her from afar. Once he joined LFO and he finally met Jennifer, they became friends. He was still obsessed with her.
Shy guy Rich obviously figured, if you can't say it, sing it.
Rich wrote her a song called Girl on TV. And the song was about how he had a crush on her, and he was afraid to tell her because he thought that it would ruin her friendship with him. He was worried that she wouldn't date him because she was this huge TV star and he was just kind of an up-and-coming musician.
And it looked like Rich was right after he mailed her the song.
And he didn't hear back from her for about 2 weeks, so Rich kind of assumed that he had destroyed the friendship.
He didn't hear from her for a long time, so he thought, oh, I blew it. She thinks I'm a stalker.
Soon, Rich got the call he'd been waiting for.
She called him and said, I loved the song, it was beautiful. And they started dating, and actually, I guess as kind of a thank you, Jennifer appeared in the video for Girl on TV, because she was the girl on TV.
Rich not only got the girl, he also landed a hit. Girl on TV made the top 10 on the Billboard pop charts.
They were together for almost 2 years. It was very serious.
While Rich was enjoying success with his band, Jennifer was soaking up the love from fans after starring in I Still Know What You Did Last Summer and the Party of Five spin-off Time of Your Life.
In 1999, I would just like to, I would like to keep things going the way they are. I hope it doesn't change too much. I want to continue to have a really good time.
Things did change, especially in the romance department.
He was a small-town boy. She was really into the Hollywood scene by then, and he really liked, you know, the low-key kind of situation. But every time they went out somewhere, you know, there were fans running after both of them. There were paparazzi everywhere.
To make matters worse, there were rumors Jennifer hooked up with actor Craig Bierko.
She went to see his Broadway show, The Music Man, I think was very smitten with him.
But as far as romance, Jennifer said she and Bierko were a no-go.
I think finally Rich got sick of all the rumors.
And it just got to be too much, and before you knew it, people started calling him the long-suffering boyfriend.
It was Jennifer who, once again, called it quits in 2001. Rich expressed his feelings about the breakup, you guessed it, in a very public way.
He did write a song called Erase Her after they broke up and performed it with LFO. Didn't quite become the big hit like Girl on TV did, but it was still his little song for getting dumped and was just about trying to get her out of his head.
Typical of Love's romances to this point. I mean, it happened real fast, it blossomed real fast, and it disappeared real fast, although I guess Rich got a couple of songs or two out of it.
Jennifer didn't seem to have any problems moving on.
After she broke up with Rich, she dated 2 Broadway actors. The first was Craig Bierko.
You got it. This is the same Broadway actor who supposedly came between Jen and her Music Man. Even after Hewitt split with Cronin, she and Bierko stuck to their story. They were not an item.
By the summer, she was with Patrick.
Actor Patrick Wilson was also a star on Broadway.
She went to go see the Full Monty and asked to see him backstage. It only lasted about 2 months or 3 months, I think, also because I think Jennifer's quite fickle.
By the winter, Patrick was pretty much gone too. They had the same basic problem. They were both in New York and she was in LA, so it's kind of hard to have a relationship across the country.
But it wasn't hard for Jennifer to land big roles. She starred in the TV movie The Audrey Hepburn Story, and later in the film Heartbreakers. Then in July 2002, Hewitt got that lovin' feelin' again.
One of her friends had joked, the only thing you need now is a rock and roll boyfriend, and she got one.
Jennifer met singer John Mayer when some mutual friends played matchmaker.
I think it was one of these very passionate romances that started, and she was really a big fan of his. She used to show up on his, while he was rehearsing in the studio with, balloons and a cake, and she was really very much into him.
Actually, John and Jennifer dated a couple times. There were some brief people in between, but they came back.
Apparently for John, the high-profile hookup took some getting used to.
She was getting so much paparazzi attention for dating him, and he was really being distracted from his career.
I have a great life and I have a very strange life all at the same time. Everybody constantly wants to know what you're doing or what you're up to or who you went grocery shopping with.
There's nothing like paparazzi to cramp a couple's style. Up next, J-Love's boyfriend sings a different tune.
There was pressure from people around him to distance himself from her.
By 2001, Jennifer Love Hewitt had seen as much action off-screen as on. In 1996, she hooked up and broke up with Joey Lawrence. In 1997, Jennifer moved on to sitcom star Will Friedle. After a year, Will was saying, "Where's the love?" The answer? With VJ Carson Daly. After 18 months, Jennifer and Carson parted ways. Then, in 1999, J-Love met pop singer Rich Cronin. Jennifer sent him away broken-hearted in 2001. Next came a quickie romance with actor Patrick Wilson. A few months later, she met singer John Mayer.
He talks about their relationship as being in a fishbowl.
She is larger than life in a lot of ways. It's very difficult for one guy to accept that.
Very difficult. Mayer broke off the relationship after just 2 months.
He ultimately ended things because he wanted to focus on his music.
John Mayer called it a fall head over heels and do your best to get over it story.
In December 2002, Jennifer turned her attention to actor Paul Nichols.
Paul Nichols is a British actor, and when Jennifer went to London to produce and star in the movie If Only, he was the person that she co-starred with. She was supposed to be a musician who falls in love with a British businessman. Ta-da! There you go. And they fall in love, not only on the real, but also in real life.
But there was an old familiar problem: geography.
Then, of course, she has to come home. And once again, space destroys a relationship. She really loved him, told everybody she loved him. And I don't know, I think her friends stopped taking bets on who she's going to marry because once again, she moved on.
It was a very short-lived thing. But I think her career, I think she's trying to, she's also doing music, so I think she's trying to juggle a lot of different things at once.
A few months after her breakup with Paul Nichols, Jennifer got lovey-dovey with actor Kip Pardue.
They have started dating in May when they were first spotted at a Los Angeles Dodgers-Braves game. He's from Atlanta. He's a big Braves fan, and they were supposedly having a great time.
By this time, she had dyed her hair blonde, so I guess she was figuring blondes have more fun.
He's gorgeous. She does pick very attractive guys, I must say.
This is not the typical guy that Jennifer Love Hewitt in the past would have been attracted to, which is an indication that, her horizons are broadening and she's testing the waters a little bit differently.
Her friends say that she's crazy about him, but it's been kind of a casual dating thing.
He actually helped her get a small role in the movie, Whiter Shade of Pale.
They would go on really romantic dates. They'd have dinners for 90 minutes and hold hands the entire time. I don't know how they got any food in their mouth, but they looked very romantic according to other observers that were there, and they just looked like a really lovely couple.
So is Kip the one, or the one for right now?
Whether or not it lasts is anybody's guess.
She's looking for Mr. Right, and that's why she can rationalize leaving them, because she sees it as, well, I'm not just going to stay with them because I feel bad for them. I want to move on. I want to live my life.
I'm having such a good time. I don't know, I used to make all of these, I had all these goals and ambitions and all this stuff, and everything, my life has turned out so much better than I could have ever hoped for that I've just kind of stopped, and now I'm just sort of along for the ride, I guess.
Jennifer's love life is a work in progress. She's still looking for the right guy, and she's leaving a little trail of broken hearts behind her.
She doesn't mean to hurt anybody's feelings, and she doesn't want to get hurt.
I think her mother plays a huge role in selecting the guys that Jennifer likes to date. It's hard enough to live up to Jennifer Love Hewitt's standards, much less her mother's.
it's always interesting to see who she'll date next and what will happen.